Every state is an expression of the dictatorship of one class or another, whether it's a slave state, whether it's a feudal state, whether it's a bourgeois state, whether it's a socialist state. The state only exists insofar it is necessary to exist as an instrument in the hands of one class for the suppression of another class. The moment society moves into an area where there are no classes to suppress, where there is nothing for the state to do, so a proletarian state is not abolished, it withers away. But the functions of the proletarian revolution, its relationship to the bourgeois state is that the proletarian revolution must smash the bourgeois state. Without smashing it and putting in its place the dictatorship of the proletariat, the working class cannot do anything, cannot get rid of all the ills of capitalism. The working class needs the dictatorship of the proletariat, A, to prevent the restoration of capitalism, the restoration of the old exploiting classes, and to suppress them. And it will be all the easier to do because the suppression will now be done by the overwhelming majority against a tiny minority. And by its very nature, you will not require the same force that is required when the state is in the hands of an oppressing minority against the majority, because you need a whole paraphernalia to be able to overwhelm the masses of people. So we need the state, secondly, to build socialism, to create the right conditions over a period of time to go to the final stage of the higher stage of communism. But of course, we cannot even be within striking distance unless we master revolutionary theory, which was the subject of Ella Rule's presentation before me. But of course, there's another thing needed. Revolutionary theory by itself doesn't carry you far. It's very, very important. But the working class needs to organize itself. The working class cannot organize suddenly all by itself. It wouldn't be the case that one day working class wakes up and says, we need to get rid of capitalism, and why don't we all get rid of them? Had they been able to do that, it would have taken place long while ago. There's plenty of misery in the working class. There's plenty of oppression perpetrated by the ruling exploiting minority on the working class, and yet they continue to be in power. And this is only because the working class hasn't gotten on to the idea that they are superior in numbers, that their case from a historical point of view is a moral and a just one. And our idea of morality and justice, that kind of morality is fine, which actually helps the development of the productive forces, which brings prosperity to people. The bourgeoisie today is alone able to stand in the way of working class reaching its goal of socialism. It has got to be removed, and it can only be removed when the working class wakes up, is armed by a revolutionary theory, and secondly, it is able to build a working class organization which can give them the guidance.